Exercise 13, clocks and calendars. That's what you're going to see today. First part is clocks and the second part is calendars. So today I'll be discussing the concept of this clocks. So the clocks as such, when you see this analog clock, you can see here, it has the 12 divisions here. And these two hands are the minutes hand and this is hours hand. So these are the two hands which is given here. And you have to first initially see that minutes hand, when it makes one full rotation, what is the total angle it's going to cover. So you can see that the minutes hand, it starts from 12. When it makes a full rotation, the minutes hand is going to cover. Oh no. The minute hand is going to cover. Sorry, slow. 360 degree. And what is the time taken for this minutes hand? When it covers at 360 degree, what is the duration?
12 hours.
The duration is 12 hours.
12 hours.
Is it 12 hours? This is
1 minute.
No. The minutes hand, it starts from this 12. It makes one full rotation and comes back again to 12. What is the duration?
1 minute, ma'am.
How is it 1 minute? This is the minutes hand. When the minutes hand comes from here to this place, that makes 1 minute. I'm asking about this complete rotation. The minutes hand is mH. So,
16 after, ma'am.
Minutes hand makes one full rotation. It is going to cover how much? 1 hour, right? Every 1 hour, you can see that minutes hand covers complete rotation. Or you can say 60 minutes. It is going to cover 60 minutes. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That is nothing but 360 degree, right? 360 degree, it will be covering in 60 minutes. So from this, you can find out, like in 1 minute, what is the degree it's going to cover? It's going to be 360 divided by 60. That is 60 degrees, right? Any doubt in this? Is it clear? So when this minute hand comes from here to this one, when you say 1 minute, it is just going to cover 6 degrees. So this is 5 minutes, right? When it comes to 1 here. So in 5 minutes, what is the total degree covered by this? When I say the minute hand from 12, when it reaches to the first division here, that becomes 1 minute. In 1 minute, you have seen that it is going to cover 6 degrees. Similarly, this minute hand from 12, when it comes to this one, it is going to cover 5 minutes. So what's the total degree cover?
30 degree.
72.
30 degree. 30 degree.
Now, if you are saying 72, that means you are not clear with this. You can ask for that. What is the doubt you have? See, 1 minute it is going to cover 6 degrees. So 5 minutes is nothing but 6 into 5, 30 degree. Or else also you can say this entire division, you have 12 divisions here, right? So 12 divisions is 360 degree. So 12 division, that 360 degree, and there are 12 divisions. So one division is how much? So one division will be 30 degrees. So that every one division, it is going to cover 30 degrees. So 1 to 2, in the, what is the angle formed there? 30 degree, and so on. So in terms of the minutes hand, when I consider this minutes hand is going to cover every 1 minute, it is going to cover 6 degree, right? Now you go for the hours hand. So when you go for the hours hand, when it makes one full rotation, what is the total duration? One rotation means, yeah, just like imagine that it is at 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, this hour hand is going to be here in this line. And then when it makes one complete rotation and comes back here, it is going to cover
12 hours.
12 hours. Good. Right? And what's the total angle cover?
360 degree.
360 degree. Like minute hand we said, here also it is going to cover 360 degree. So 1 hour, how much is going to cover? 360 divided by 12, which is nothing but 30 degree. It's the same thing. Like 1 hour means, from 12 it will move to 1. So that is 1 hour. It's going to cover 30 degree. 1 to 2 again is 1 hour. So this hour hand, when it moves from this to this, it is going to cover 30 degree. And that is like 1 hour. Every 1 hour, it is going to cover 30 degree. Right? But there is one more thing which you have to find out here. The minutes hand, you know what it is and how much it is moving, and you know hours hand, how much it is moving. But another thing is, like, suppose I say the time is like, say 2:30. Where will be this hour hand? Will it be at 2? Imagine it is exactly 2 o'clock. Exactly 2 o'clock means this the hour hand will come exactly at 2. Correct? This is the time we said 2 o'clock. At 2:30, you know that this minute hand will come here at 2:30. At that time, where is your hour hand? Will it be at 2?
No, ma'am.
Correct, in between. So that means what? The our hand is moving, and that for that many minutes, that also you have to calculate. So therefore, you have to see now, like 1 hour, the our hand is going to move 30 degree, and similarly, 1 hour is nothing but 60 minutes. In 60 minutes, you know that the our hand is going to cover 30 degree. So every 1 minute, it is going to cover 30 by half a degree. Is it clear? These three are most important. I'll just mark this. The three things which you have derived here, the whole of this calculation, this clock calculation, you will be using this everywhere. This is one, and this is the second one, that is 30 degree for every 1 hour, and the hour hand will cover half a degree for every 1 minute. So these are the three formula which is required here. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Please mute it for some time. Kindly mute it, all of you. Only the one who is answering, kindly unmute and then speak. Yeah. So is this clear? Now we are going to proceed based on this. Hello. I'll move to the next one. So you have seen the three formula. The three formula is minute hand. The minute hand, you're going to see for every 1 minute, it is going to move 6 degree. Hour hand, for every 1 hour, it is going to move 30 degree. And for every 1 minute, it is going to move half a degree. So these are the three things which is required. Okay. And now we have to go for the formula. The formula is, let me put this clock again. And the formula which you're going to use here is to find the angle between the minutes hand and the hour hand at any time. So when you say at any time, let me consider again, this is the reference line. Okay. And maybe I'll consider this as a minutes hand and this as the hour hand. Okay, this is the hour hand. So I'm keeping these three now. The thing is, now you have to see, this is your reference. The 12, we are marking it as a reference line. And this is the one line which you're going to have it as a hour hand, and this is as a minutes hand. Sometime, whatever be the time, we just have to find the angle between the minutes hand and the hour hand at any time, whatever the time is given there, right? So to do this, I'm just going to derive this formula. And after deriving this formula, of course, that is required for your record. Otherwise, if you know the formula, you can directly apply. You don't have to derive again and again, but you should know how you're getting that formula. So for that, I'm going to draw this. Like, let me take the angle with respect to this reference. So one of the angle here, I'll put it in a different color. So one of the angle I'll take here, this is as, say, alpha. This angle is alpha. And I'll take another, I don't have different colors. Okay, here, the other angle, I consider this as beta. Is it clear now? So I'm taking this alpha, that is, I'm considering this as a reference line. With respect to this reference, the hour hand, when I consider the angle formed, I consider as alpha. And with reference to this reference line, with respect to that, the minute hand, I consider this angle as beta. So I have to now find out what is theta equal to. Theta is the angle between the minutes hand and the hour hand. So can anyone say this? What is theta equal to with respect in terms of alpha and beta?
Alpha minus beta.
Alpha minus beta. Okay. So alpha is the entire angle here, and then this is beta. So when you subtract this, you get theta. That's it. So now, when I consider this part, I can say that the R hand has moved for some h hours. We don't know what is the timing here. I'm just considering that the R hand has moved for h hours, and the minutes hand has moved for m minutes. Okay. Just to form this one, I'll give you an example also later, then you'll understand this. So here I'm considering that R hand has moved for h hours from the reference, and minute hand has moved for m minutes from the reference. So when I consider alpha, alpha is nothing but for the angle for this, what do you say, R hand. So R hand, when you consider this angle h, alpha, how much it has moved? For h hours it has moved, right? And for h hours, what is the angle it is going to move by? 30. So we are going to consider this 30 degree per hour into h hours. Right? Why we are taking this? Suppose I consider that it is in 3, as it is, the location is almost like 3. So if it is 3, means it has moved for 3 hours from the reference. So this angle which is going to be covered here will be nothing but for the 3 hours, when you consider it, it's going to be 3 into 30 is going to be 90. So that 3, instead of 3, I'm putting h because I don't know what the timing is. And also, if it is exactly 3, then the minutes hand is going to be here. But the minutes hand is somewhere here. That means the minutes hand has moved for m minutes. That means R hand also has moved for m minutes. So that also to be added for this alpha. So alpha is nothing, and not only this 30h, it is going to be plus, it is going to move by half a degree for every 1 minute, that R hand. And for how many minutes is going to move? We are considering that as m. Is that clear? So this is only for alpha. Alpha is again R hand movement. So R hand movement, I'm considering this as it has moved for h hours and m minutes. So this is 30 into h plus half into m as per this whatever is given here, right? And now subtract beta. What is beta? Beta is what I'm supposed to write here. Can anyone say that? Hello? Tell me what should come here. For m minutes it is moving, right? So it has to be m. And the minutes had to move how many degree per minute? 6. Therefore 6m. Is that clear now? This is R hand movement minus minute hand movement. So what is this going to be? So this is 30h will come as such. It's not going to change. But here is going to be like 0.5. 0.5 minus 6 is 5.5. Or you can just consider 1 by 2 minus 6 is nothing but this 2 will come here. 12. 1 minus 12 is 11. 11 by 2 m. And this is negative. Therefore, the negative sign will come here. This is one formula. And another way of doing is, suppose I consider, I'm not going to do it again, but I'll just explain this here. Here, which is leading with respect to the reference, this one, R hand is leading and minute hand is lagging. So therefore, this is going to be like we are doing it as alpha minus beta. But to some cases, like your R hand will be here and minute hand will be here. In that case, we have to go for, somebody has entered, just 1 minute. So in that case, we have to go for the reverse of that, like beta minus alpha. So when you go for beta minus alpha, it is going to just the other way. 12 by 2m minus 30h. You can still work out. You can just write this and find out. So overall, we can say the formula here, the theta is nothing but modulus of, you know what do you mean by modulus? Modulus of 30h minus 11 by 2m. Because the minute hand and R hand are not stable in one place. Sometimes the minute hand will be leading, sometimes the R hand will be leading. So either way, like it's like a difference of the two you're going to take. So 30h minus 11 by 2m is sufficient. You don't have to worry about whether it's leading or lagging, but the answer should be positive. You are taking the difference. And like if you're not very clear with the formula, I'll explain with the value. imagine the timing is say 3:10. We consider the timing as 3:10. So when you have to find the theta value, forget about the formula which you have here. I just want to derive this at 3 o'clock. When I say 3:10, at 3 o'clock, the minute hand would have moved for 3 into 30. That is, here is going to be 3. 3 divisions are there. So it's going to move by 30 plus. Exactly at 3 is going to be at 3. But at 3:10 means it would have further moved by 10 minutes. After this 3, it would have further moved by 10 minutes. So you know that the minute hand will move half a degree per minute. So 10 minutes means is going to be, or I can just write that also. It is further going to move by 10 minutes. And for every 1 minute is half a degree. So 10 by 2. Is it clear? And then subtract. You have to now take this value. This value, when you consider, it is going to move by 10 minutes, and for every 1 minute, it is going to move by 6 degree. So it's going to be 6 into 10. This is clear compared to this one? I mean, this part, is it clear now? Any doubt in this? So this formula, hello? One of you please answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is going to be how much? Like when you multiply, this is going to be like 10. I'll take it as common. So balance left out is 1 by 2 minus 6 is nothing but minus 11 by 2. So this is what is the formula which we have here. 3 into 30 minus 11 by 2 m. This is h and this is m. Okay. So what's the answer here?
45.
This is 90 and this is going to be 55. This is 55. And 90 minus 55. Answer is 55.
45, ma'am.
This is 90 and this is going to be how much? 55. So 90 minus 55 how much?
35.
35.
25, ma'am.
That's the answer. So this is the most simplest. So you can just remember this formula alone, that is sufficient for you. But still you can, you should know how it is coming, like how you are deriving. And like when I do it, I don't even use this formula. I go for direct method. That's a shortcut. What we do is, I just write on this, like it is 1, 2, 3, right? So when I say it is 3:10, I know that if I assume that the hour hand is at 3 and the minute hand is at 2, right? 3:10 means it's going to be at 2. So when I say this 3:10, this 3 and this is 2, the difference here is, you know, the division is 1 division, right? So 1 division is how much? 30 degree. I think too many things I written here. If I 3:10 when I consider, I have to assume that this is at 3 and this is at 2, approximately. Okay. So when I assume this is 1 division. So every 1 division was like in the previous page I have said, every 1 division is 30 degree. So therefore here is going to be 30 degree. And the minute hand, as it is 3:10, it is going to be exactly at 2. It's not going to change. Whereas the hour hand would have moved from 3 and further it has come down by another 10 minutes. And every 1 minute, it is half a degree means 10 minutes, 5 degrees. So 5 degrees, it is increasing. Only thing is you have to take care whether it is increasing or decreasing. You know that the hour hand is moving away. That means it is going to increase the angle. So another 5 degrees increase. So 1 division is 30 degree. And then 5 more is added to this because of the hour hand. So 35. So that's a shortcut. So actually finding the angle between the minute hand and hour hand is not that difficult. But in case you are not clear with this shortcut, you can go for this formula always. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then you just try to calculate. Maybe you can do the problem. Or you tell me this. What is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand at, say, 240? You have to have an assumption here. Let me draw this. Yeah.
Ma'am, 180 degree.
180. 180.
160.
Okay, we'll just. You're using the formula or without formula? I just want you to do without formula.
20 degree, ma'am.
I don't know. I didn't calculate. 1 minute. So this is 2. Then this is 3. This is 4. And then 6 is here. 7, 8. Right. So your minute hand is going to be here at 8 exactly because it's 240. And the hour hand somewhere here. Right. So initially what I will assume is 2 and 8. 240. So it's going to be at 2 and this is going to be 40. So how many divisions are there? 8 minus 2. There are 6 divisions. Clear?
Divisions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions. 5 or 6?
6, ma'am.
Ma'am. 6, ma'am.
You 5.
Okay. Yeah, 5 is missing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 minus 2, you can consider it this way, 6 divisions. Each division is 30 degree. So overall it's going to be 180. That's what somebody said the answer, right? But the hour hand would have moved in for how many minutes? The timing is 240. Exactly at 2 is going to be at 2. After that, the minute hand is moving for 40 minutes. That means the hour hand is also moving for 40 minutes. And 40 minutes, if it is moving for every 1 minute, it's half a degree. That means it has moved in by 20 degree.
20.
Right?
Yes,
So you need to subtract now. Why? Because it is coming in. You know that it's going to decrease the angle, not increase the angle. If the hour hand is leading, it is this side, then it is going to increase the angle. Now the minute hand is leading. That means it's going to decrease. So answer is
160 degree.
160 degree.
Yeah. You can also apply in the formula and check. 30H minus 11M. Apply this and see here. 30 into 2 minus 11 by 2 into 40. So this is 60 minus, how much is this?
220, ma'am.
220.
220.
And modulus, so it doesn't matter. It will be 160. Okay. Though the formula is easy, but still this way also I can do it.
Okay.
Fine?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, the next concept which I have to tell you is when they coincide with each other, what is the angle between, what is the timing? See, the two of them, like, let me draw this. You have this, the two lines, what you have, that is minute hand and the hour hand. Imagine that the minute hand is here. And the hour hand is also in the same place. Okay, that means they coincide with each other, right? When I say both of them are here, I'm putting both the lines here. So in that case, like they are coinciding with each other. And now that happens at 12 o'clock, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what will be the time next when they coincide with each other? At 12 o'clock, they coincide with each other. What will be the time later when they coincide?
12 o'clock, ma'am.
No. How can that be 12 o'clock? In between, will they never coincide?
1:05, ma'am.
Almost 1:05. So what is the exact time? How will you calculate that? Shall I copy this? 1 minute. No, I'm unable to copy.
1:05 to 10, 3:15 on the Madri.
Okay, fine. It's almost good, correct. But the thing is not exactly 1:05. When you go for the clocks problem, we cannot go for the approximate value because clock means it is exact value you have to find out. So what will happen is, as you guessed, that is correct in 1:05. It's not 1 o'clock. So when this minute hand moves from here and comes back here, you know that the hour hand would have moved by almost 1 hour, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So at 12 o'clock, both the hands are here. After that, the minute hand keep moving. By then, that hour hand also keep moving. And then the minute hand will come back to 12. At that time, hour hand will be exactly at 1. Right? So this is 1 hour. Exactly 1 hour. But it's not coinciding. So in order to coincide, who answered that? It is 1 hour 5 minutes.
Me, ma'am. Hemalata, ma'am.
Good. So Hemlata, here the thing is, as you said, this will come here, but
Yes.
exactly 1-5 they are not going to coincide. Why? Because when the minute hand comes to this one, that means another 5 minutes it has moved. That 5 minutes even the hour hand has moved, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is going to coincide
Yes,
after
ma'am.
5 minutes.
Okay, ma'am.
So it is 1 hour, 5 minutes, but after 5 minutes, some more after it,
Degree.
right? So exact value you're supposed to find out, and you can't just do by trial and error here. So what you can do is, we can consider when they coincide with each other, the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand is going to be 0. Correct? Here it is 0. The angle between minutes hand and hour hand is 0 here. The similarly here also, the angle between the minutes hand and the hour hand is going to be 0, and that happens after 1 hour. So after 1 hour and few minutes, that means you have to calculate. So what you can do is you can use this formula: theta is equal to 30h minus 11/2 m, and this theta is nothing but 0. I'll write it here. Okay. The theta is 0 when they coincide with each other. And this coinciding happens after 1 hour and few minutes. That 1 hour I know, but the minutes I don't know. So I'll replace that. So 30 into 1 minus 11/2 m equal to 0. So that 30 equals 11/2 m. So what is m equal to? 60 by
6.
60 by 11. We can write it as 5 by 11. 5 times it goes 55, remaining is 5. So 5 by 11. And this is only minutes. And already I said it is happening after 1 hour. So it's going to be like 1 hour plus 5 by 11 minutes. Or I can say this is 60 plus 5 by 11 minutes. So the time taken for both the hands to coincide with each other is nothing but 65 5 by 11 minutes. That's the answer. This is a question like when will they coincide with each other? After what is the duration between the two coincides? So next to it, as you said, it is going to coincide at 2:10, but exactly not 2:10. It is going to be like 2 times of this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is a basic thing which is required whenever they coincide with each other. It is going to be 65 5 by 11 minutes. It's a standard. It won't change at any cost. Okay. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Just unmute.
Yes,
Others,
ma'am.
tell me whether it's clear or any doubt is there in this. Like Sanjay had some doubt yesterday, you can ask here itself directly. I keep saying that.
No, no.
Okay. Okay. Now, what we do here is 65 5 by 11 I have mentioned here. So any clock when you say, you can say that they will meet after 65 5 by 11 minutes. In case, if they imagine you have two clocks here. There's one clock which is a correct clock. There is no, I mean, it's a perfect clock. And the other one is defective. If I say this red one is a perfect clock, you are setting both. You are setting both. Can you mute that, please? If you set both the clocks at 12 o'clock and imagine the correct one, this is the correct clock I said. So the correct clock is going to coincide again at 65 5 by 11 minutes. The one which is faulty may not coincide at 65 5 by 11 minutes, but it will be coinciding at 66 minutes. So what do you call that? Is it a faster one or slower one? Shall I repeat again?
Slower,
Yes,
ma'am.
See, there is a two clocks, ma. This is the right one and the perfect one. So in the perfect one, both of them I'm setting at 12 o'clock. Exactly 12 o'clock I'm setting it. And then you know that the correct clock will again, they both will coincide at 65 5 by 11 minutes, right? So in this, I can say it is going to coincide at 65 5 by 11 minutes. Whereas this one is going to coincide at 66 minutes. In that case, this clock is faster or slower?
Slow.
Slower.
Slow.
Good, slow. Because it's like a running race. It's running and coming back at 65 5 by 11 minutes, but after that only it's coming and meeting. That means it is slow clock. So then we call this as a slow clock. right? In case
Yes, sir.
they coincide at 65 minutes, then we call that as a faster clock.
Faster.
Okay, so the questions will be asked based on this also. They coincide at every 65 minutes, and then the timing they will ask you for the actual time when it is set, and then after 6 hours, what will be the time shown in the wrong one. You have to see how much it is lagging, and that into this timing you have to multiply to get this answer. Is that clear?
Ma'am.
Uh, clocks actually again the same thing like I said about the simple interest, compound interest. Even in the clocks also, like sometimes the questions will be twisted, but majority of the case in the clock they will ask for a very simple problems. The problems will be like, how many times will they coincide with each other in 24 hours? How many times will they be in straight line in 24 hours? How many times will they make right angle with each other in 24 hours or for 12 hours? This is one basic problem which will be asked. The second kind of problem what they ask is, what is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand at particular time? Okay, so anyhow, this
Ma'am.
time is up now. This is a basic thing which I have done, and tomorrow we'll start with the problem. As I said, the first problem is the simple problem, finding the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand. I'm just showing so that you should be aware like what exactly you're going to do tomorrow. How many times in a day or the hands of the clocks at right angles or straight line are coinciding? And then at what time between 7 and 8 or the hands of the clock will be right angles or straight line or coincide with each other? This is something like a specific. Like in the previous one, I said generalized, like how long will it take to coincide with each other? Whereas here we are going to say between 7 to 8. At what time will they coincide with each other? It's just applying the formula we had to get the answer. Okay. So we'll see tomorrow then, the balance problem. Thank you.
Hi, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.